Nike will not say when this recording of Earl Woods' voice comes from, but you can hear it for yourself right here on this day when Tiger Woods is trying to relaunch his golf career and rebuild his image. As Tiger Woods tries to forge his future, he hears a haunting voice from his past.
Tiger, I am more prone to be inquisitive.
His father, Earl, who passed away in 2006, speaks to Tiger in this eerie Nike commercial.
I want to find out what your thinking was. I want to find out what your feelings are. And did you learn anything?
It is arty and evocative.
His father actually speaking to him from the grave and saying those words of wisdom. I think it's a brilliant piece of theater.
But also controversial. An ad so soon?
This is all about Nike and its business. There's no ethics, there's no morals here, there's nothing. It's all about the dollar sign.
A number of words came to mind, and disgusting was the first one. And exploiting his father and his relationship, I think, was really, terrible.
I can see my father asking me those same things. Son, what were you thinking?
And was Tiger foreshadowing the father-son ad in his Monday news conference?
It's amazing how he says things that comes back.
There are so many questions, so many opinions about his return. The latest from the Masters chairman.
He disappointed all of us, and more importantly, our kids and our grandkids.
When he steps up to that first tee, can he block out the 5 months of controversy, the texts, the turmoil?
The challenge is to have your mind so quiet that you're thinking of nothing but where you want the ball to go.
Now, last night, Tiger Woods attended a dinner for golf writers. He spoke briefly and stuck around for a while for dinner. He hasn't done that in a long, long time, clearly trying to rebuild his relationship with reporters. And in case you're wondering, Las Vegas says he is still the favorite to win here. Robin.
That's the word on the street. All right, John, thank you. Joining us live from Augusta now, ESPN golf anchor Mike Tirico. And Mike, I don't have to tell you, this new ad, mixed feelings. I'm hearing everything from creepy to powerful. What's your take on the timing of it, too?
Yeah, the power of the medium. Nike, one of the few sponsors that did stay with Tiger through the whole 20-week ordeal that we've seen. So a little bit surprised, but it is typical of the way Nike's done its advertising. And if you are going to stay with the guy, more people are going to be watching now than ever before. So if you've made that decision at the beginning, you might as well keep and run through with it. So I think that's why they made this choice.
Yeah, but Tiger really wanted to keep the focus on golf. He had his press conference earlier this week, and I really expected to talk more golf with you than off the course with Tiger. But this ad brings it back up again. I mean, is that a wise move to take the focus off of his playing?
I think you said it great, Robin. There's such a spectrum here where you can't really gauge where public reaction is going to be, and I think for the most part it's going to be like a lot of the reaction to a lot of the stories in our country. It'll be on extremes. Some people will think, great, you're addressing it, you're not putting your head in the sand as a corporate sponsor or for you individually. And then other people, and I think some of the folks who are predisposed to not be pulling for Tiger as he returns to the golf course are going to feel even farther in that direction. I think it just kind of parallels what we do all the time now in American media.
Well, we had the Nike ad, and then we had the statements from Augusta Chairman Billy Payne that we played a little bit in John Berman's report. And he wasn't asked about Tiger. This was an opening statement, and he had these remarks. I want to play a little bit more for you.
Our hero did not live up to the expectations of the role model we sought for our children. Certainly his future will never again be measured only by his performance against par, but measured by the sincerity of his efforts to change.
Some say it was uncalled for. Some said, it really needed to be said. You've been there all week. What has been the reaction at Augusta with Tiger's return?
I think evolving during the week, Robin, perhaps muted at the start of the week. I think the patrons, the fans who were here, they didn't know how to react as Tiger was going to react to them. They saw him interacting. You heard in John's report before, more interaction with the golf writers at their annual dinner last night. So I think as they're seeing Tiger warm up a little bit to them, they're in kind, slowly and procedurally doing the same. I think there is an onus on Woods if he's going to be more direct and less out of the bubble and more in touch with the reality reality that's going on here in this sport, then I think people in time will give him that back and over time forgive him somewhat for what happened away from the golf course. But I applaud Billy Payne. Sports executives a lot of times just try to wash it over and make it go away.
That's true.
And Mr. Payne made one of the clearest and strongest statements I've heard on this topic by an executive in sports in a long time.
Good point there, Mike. We heard also, and John, talking about Tiger still the odds-on favorite. He hadn't played in 144 days, but still the odds-on favorite. He's played a couple of practice rounds, and the golfers are saying it's about 75%. What do you expect from him today?
You know, the reason they set those odds in Vegas is to build more casinos. So that's what the public is thinking. They think he can win. Let's be real here, Robin. It has been so long, and this is a golf course where it's very difficult to come out and examine your game. It's the toughest and most difficult test of golf year in, year out for the players because of how fast the greens are. And just the smallest mistake can give you a bogey or a double bogey. I would be surprised if he won. I would not be surprised if he made the cut. I think if somewhere around 10th to 20th would be where I forecast Tiger finishing, and that's better than a lot of guys could do after 20 and a half weeks off. That
is true. I know it's a long day for you, Mike Tirico, so thanks, good friend, for getting up and joining us this morning. We'll be watching. We'll be watching you.
We'll be on ESPN at 1:40 with his first tee shot and live at 4.
I was going to promote it for you. You didn't have to do that. I got it for you, Mike. Okay.
Knock yourself out, Robin.
Thanks. And Wood's opening shot will be shown live today on ESPN Sports Center at 1:42 Eastern Time. Full television coverage, as Mike Tirico just said, of the Masters begins at 4 p.m. Eastern on ESPN.